This is Dream with InDepth Gaming, and today we're going to review Mask of Myths. That is published by Sometimes You and is developed by Nine Eyes Game Studio. The price today is $14.99, but it's also on sale for the rest of this week for $11.99. So if you want to pick it up before the sale is over, it's a good day to do so. It actually came out today, so that's positive as well. Um, so this game, what is it? It's an action adventure puzzle game. This game is basically you're going to be uh, walking around looking for hidden treasures and looking for hidden stuff in this and on the terrain and things and houses and things of that nature. You're going to be having to figure out how to unlock each puzzle so that you can find all the masks in order to unlock the final boss. Uh, the that is basically the gist of the game. You can find weapons and guns and swords. You can find pieces of wooden stuff that are gonna help you and gems that are gonna help you unlock other things. So there's a lot of different things that you're gonna have to do in order to find all the masks. And each puzzle is very unique, and so you're never gonna feel like you're doing the same thing over. Overall, I actually thought the game was well made. I didn't see any glitches or anything. The puzzles, the only thing I would say would be about the puzzles is that it wasn't consistently getting harder. It was kind of a hodgepodge of difficulty from one puzzle to the next. I do like puzzle games, so I didn't find it overtly hard, but I could see that some people could get confused based on, there wasn't a whole lot of indication what you needed to do directly. I did have to look at a guide occasionally in order to get all the puzzles completed. Like I said, it wasn't, if I had taken more time without a guide, I could have found them. But that's also going to make the completion time go up significantly without using a guide at all. But overall, well-made game. No issues there. Let's talk about the achievements. So if you're a hardcore achievement hunter and you use a guide directly while you're playing, you can probably complete this game in about an hour and a half or 2 hours. If you don't use a guide, or if you just use the one sparingly, you're looking at 4 or 5 hours probably. Maybe a little longer, just depending. The final boss was actually pretty easy to beat. That was probably the easiest compared to all the puzzles. Um, but overall, solid game. Um, so let's. Do I think it's worth $14.99? Well, I don't think it isn't. I think it's short for what it. Maybe they could have made it longer and had more things to do and more puzzles and more, you know, have it a longer game. But I don't think it's bad. I mean, for a game of this size, I think maybe $10 to $15 is probably a fair price. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I don't know. I thought I don't think it was groundbreaking in its and the things it was trying to do, but it was just a standard, simple, a relatively simple open world adventure puzzle game. So overall, I didn't find anything wrong with it. It wasn't definitely not my favorite game I've ever played, but it's solid. There's nothing wrong with it. All the achievements work correctly. It's straightforward kind of. You just have to explore and find all the different things. Overall, there could have been more to it, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's a good game. So I'm pretty happy with Sometimes You that they've been coming up with a lot of quality games to publish lately. Uh, and shout out to them for hooking us up with a code. I've enjoyed their games a lot this year. They seem to have really improved the quality of the games that they've started putting out in the last 6 or 8 months, and so that's a positive. Um, the last thing I would say is that I wanted to give a shout out to the developer, 9i Games. They also made Planet RIX 13 and Neon Junctions. Planet RIX was also published by Sometimes You, and that was actually a pretty good game as well. I didn't play Neon Junctions, but I've heard it was pretty decent as well. Other games are pretty simple, but yeah, pretty good. So you're not gonna hate it if you buy it. It's one of the easier things that you're gonna complete from an achievement perspective. So overall, solid game, 6 out of 10. Uh, if it was, you know, like I said, the one thing I'd say, if it was longer, had more content, then it'd probably be better. I almost feel like that there were some aspects that they had considered to add, but they just didn't, because there's a lot of items around that really don't have a lot of use. But overall, yeah, it's a very solid game. So that's pretty much all I have to say with it. If you buy it or you know download it, let me know and tell us how you enjoy it in the comments. So have a nice day, everybody.